Hey guys, Death Knight of Anime here, bringing you my review for Dragon Ball Super Episode 104. And by fucking god, was this episode hype. Honestly, I've. Honestly, this just had this episode had two of my favorite things in it. Hit and Goku in his Super Saiyan God form. Not the Super Saiyan Blue form, his Super Saiyan God form that he used against Beerus in the very first, in the Battle of Gods arc and the Battle of Gods arc and the Battle of Gods movie. Just seeing Goku go Super Saiyan God, like, God, honestly, that alone had me going fanboy. Just seeing Goku as Super Saiyan. It's a fanboy moment for me because I'm really glad they brought it back into Super Anime, because outside of what we've been getting in the manga, I almost felt like they forgot about it. And one thing about the Super Saiyan God form too is that one thing about the Super Saiyan God form as well is that Goku, he was still using Super Saiyan Blue, but he was using it in small bursts or whatnot, as Beerus explained it. Like, for the most part, he was using he was using Super Saiyan God form for the most part, but he was using the Super Saiyan Blue God form in small bursts, which I really like, because it actually, and Beerus even explained this, because he apparently the Super Saiyan God form, and this is something I think we already knew too, is that the Super Saiyan God form, the first form, it uses less energy than Super Saiyan Blue, so it would make sense that after a while, that Goku would learn that it is best to use it is best to use the Super Saiyan God form, the base form for most of this fight, but only use blue in small bursts. But I mean, granted, this is probably going to change later on down the line when he's facing Jiren or whatnot, Jiren or Topo. But Jiren or Topo, he's probably going to go full Super Saiyan Blue form. But just to see Goku in his Super Saiyan God, Space Super Saiyan God form, that was just a fanboy moment for me. And I guess it does kind of go back to what it was. I think it was Toriyama who. It goes back to what Toriyama said, I think, a while back, about how red is stronger than blue, in which that, like Bureau said and Ari said, this is that the base Super Saiyan God form, it uses less energy, while the blue harnesses a lot more energy to use. So, and it burns out a lot more energy, of course, too. So yeah, it's really cool that Akira Toriyama was kind of teasing us with that little bit of info. So yeah, and yeah, I was just happy that we got it back in the anime again. Um, and like I said, the other good thing about this episode was Hit. Like, for me, this episode reminded me what, Hit has been. It's been just, as far as the tournament is concerned, he's just been sort of there. Like, we did get that Goku assassination arc with him too, but this episode, it reminded me why I love Hit as a character. Like, he's just a freaking badass who loves being a freaking, well, who's just a badass for being a badass. There's no he is complex, I'm sure, but he's just a badass character, and I love seeing a badass character like him. Now, in the beginning of this episode, of course, we see Hit struggling a lot, because in this episode we see Dispo and Hit slugging it out, and I almost of course they explained it. Of course they explained it after it happened, but when this episode began, and we see Hit trying to use assassination technique, I was wondering what the hell is going on here, and then I realized that when Hit charged him, one of the times that Hit charged him, I realized Dispo isn't only faster than Hit; he's faster than Hit's time skip. Like Hit's time skip technique. Because if you paid attention, you'd notice that during one of Hit's charges, a white light was emanating off of him, which of course, as it's explained, was in fact Hit trying to activate his time skip and assassination technique. But Dispo moved at like Dispo was so fucking fast that he couldn't Hit didn't even have a chance to activate his technique. So when Hit finally ended up defeating Dispo and Kunchi, I think his name is, when Hit finally ended up defeating Dispo and Kunchi, it made sense because I mean I guess he didn't knock I guess he didn't knock Dispo out of the tournament, so there's that. But just as in the way he took Dispo out of the picture temporarily was he he made it he used the idea of just faking out. Like, it is a common, I believe it is a common, that if your opponent is faster than you, just fake him out. And I like how Hit did in fact did use kind of just the basics of fighting techniques in order to win against Kunchi and Dispo. Like, he took Kunchi out of the picture, which is actually good because, not gonna lie, his whole rope thing, that shit was getting annoying. Every time Hit was trying to take out Dispo, he was like every time he was trying to take out Dispo, he was like, Kunchi was just there getting his pulling Dispo back in, which I guess I gotta admire for just kind of the camaraderie aspect of it. But it's like, yeah, well, let him drop. Seriously, let Dispo drop. Seriously, like, let Dispo. Like, I like Dispo fine, but it's like, yeah, it just got repetitive seeing him constantly being saved over and over again. When I just said, let Dispo drop, please. But yeah, the Dispo survived this, but at least we got Kunchi out of the picture because now there isn't going to be anyone who can who. But in a way, it makes sense that the Kunchi would be the one to in order to get eliminated because now there's no going to be no one who can drag the who can drag the who can drag the Pride Troopers back who can drag the Pride Troopers back into the tournament. Drag the Trump Troopers back after they fall off. Like, if you fall off, like for the Pride Troopers, if you fall off, you're done. That's it. Like with Kunchi gone, you fall off, you're done now. So yeah, it's good in that respect. Um, and it was nice to get a callback to the technique he Hit used in the Goku assassination arc. Although he must be seriously holding the power in that technique back, because if not, those hits would of course killed any normal fighter. Like, yeah, so yeah, hits obviously holding back, because otherwise he would actually kill. Otherwise, I think he would kill someone with that whole air pressure technique he was using on Goku. But yeah, overall, this episode, like I said, it just brought back all my love for Hit, and why I think he's such an awesome character. But yeah, and like the one thing, definitely some other things in this tournament though is like, okay, what the fuck is it gonna take for Universe 11 Supreme Kai in order to break his or what is it gonna take for Universe 11 Supreme Kai's poker face to just kind of dissipate? Like, honestly, this man is the Universe 11 Supreme Kai is so fucking overconfident that he believes that it almost seems like no one other than Jiren and Topo matter. Like, he wasn't concerned when Dispo got defeated, when Kunchi got defeated. It's like, really, it's like, it is funny how there's actually polar opposites between the God of Destruction and the Supreme Kai of Universe 11. Like, God of Destruction, the clown guy, he's actually concerned. The Supreme Kai, he just doesn't give a fuck. He's like, yeah, whatever, as long as you got Gina and Topo. So, like, it really makes me think, like, the only thing that I think is gonna break this man's poker face is if Jiren or Topo get defeated. I think that's at the point where his poker face might actually start sweating. We might actually start sweating, hopefully, because, like, I mean, I understand being confident and whatnot, but there's only so far your confidence can go before you start becoming arrogant. So, like, seriously, start showing some actual fucking emotion, dude, over just over just being, the freaking, over, just being, hey, whatever. Also, the other thing is, did Goku not, during that entire fight, like, the one thing that pops in my, during the entire fight with the Pride Troopers and Goku and Hit, the one thing that pops in my mind is, did Goku not notice Jiren and Topo watching them? Because you'd think with how much of a match he wants with Jiren, or even a rematch with Topo, you'd think Goku would jump at the chance at least go on a little bit of a sparring match with either of them. Now, granted, I think now granted, it is showcasing that yes, that they are saving the Jiren and Goku fight for pretty much for pretty much the near end of the tournament, if not already the end of the tournament, because I do like that they are saving it because it increases the mystique around Jiren's power and just how freaking powerful this Jiren as a character is. Because just actually just the way Jiren was intensely staring at the entire matches that were going on below him. You could tell this just in the man's stare alone. You could tell the man has power. But yeah, like it's yeah, it is it is when Jiren and Goku finally go at it, it's going to be insane. I'm just saying that right now. So yeah, in a way, it was just one of those things where I was weirded out as to why Goku didn't reflexively try and go up against either of them. But it is good that they are saving it for they are saving it for the near end of the tournament, and maybe Goku himself understands that maybe even he's not strong enough yet to face Jiren, so maybe he's using these other matches as a way to get stronger. I don't know. That's the only thing that makes sense to me. But yeah, guys, that's my review. And like I said, great freaking episode. We got more of Goku with Super Saiyan God, and we got a lot more of Hit, which Goku and Hit together, always for like. And actually, one more thing, it is interesting to see how they were kind of how Goku and Hit both teamed up, yet at the same time were in competition with each other of who would get get the feat on either one of them. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much my review. If you enjoyed the video, like, comment, subscribe, or follow me on Twitter and Facebook. Death Knight of Anime, signing off. Later, guys.